in the circle, huh? How you doing today? You good? Love it, I love it. We'll be in the circle, folks. Yeah, in the circle today, people. Yep. And we're still waiting for one more class to come, right? All right. How you doing today? You having a good day? So good day? Okay. Y'all looking forward to graduating? A little bit? In the circle. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. How you doing today? What's happening? You good? You looking forward to graduating, ain't you?
Yeah.
Where you going to school? Thornwood? All right, there it is. You ready to shine? You ready to do your thing?
Yeah.
All right. How you doing? Nice. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, good deal. So, obviously, this is the fourth time that I've had the opportunity to speak to you all. I feel like over the course of this time, we've had the opportunity to dive into certain concepts. Today, we're going to elevate this conversation. All the things we've talked about thus far, I would like to see it show up today. So, quick question for you all. Usually, we're sitting in rows. Today we're sitting in a circle. Let me hear from you all. Why do you think we're sitting in a circle today? Let me get some feedback from one of you all. Talk to me. Why do you think we're sitting in a circle today? I know we're pretty good scholars.
He said so. You want to know what he said?
I want to know what you said. What do you think?
I ain't say nothing.
You want to say nothing? Okay. Why do you think we're sitting in a circle today?
Because he made us.
Okay, I made you, Cole. I guess so. What else? Give me another reason. Why do y'all think we're sitting in a circle? Real talk.
So we can recognize you.
Okay, so you can see me a little bit better. That's cool. Right here, talk to me.
Probably gonna ask us questions.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna ask you all questions today. So in the past, a lot of times I was talking to you all, giving you all concepts, giving you all strategies, right? You all are 8th graders now, and we're about to go into high school. So I'm interested in seeing through a conversation, A, do you all remember some of the concepts that we talked about? But then B, I want to have a very serious conversation for you all. Just as a quick introduction, this subject today is called Trend or Trap. Who's thinking for you? What do you all think we're going to be talking about today? Trend or trap? What do y'all think? Talk to me. Trends, or what's the trend? Talk to what is the trend? Trends, teen takeovers, right? So today we're going to have an in-depth conversation about that because I would love to get you all's feedback, and we're going to watch a quick video about it, and I want you all to just understand the concept and want to talk about it. That being said, I feel like we've been building something this year. Right? I feel like we've talked about a lot of different concepts. Raise your hand if you remember us talking about the thermostat versus the thermometer mindset? Raise your hand if you remember us talking about it. Good deal. That's pretty much everyone in the room. As you all remember, there's a difference between a thermostat. A thermostat controls the temperature. A thermometer is controlled by the temperature. How does that show up in your lives? It can show up as when you're raising your hand to answer a question, someone else laughs, you operate like a thermostat. You control yourself, you control the temperature, as opposed to operating like a thermometer, laughing, getting upset, responding to it. The next thing, last time we were here, we also talked about the clear mindset. Raise your hand if you remember us, even if you don't remember what the CLEAR stands for. This is something, raise your hand if you remember us talking about it though. Let me see. Okay, good deal. So almost all of us remember talking about it. Let me get some quick feedback from you all. The C stands for check or center yourself. What do you all think it means to check or center yourself when something happens? Whether you're having a conversation with a teacher, you get frustrated, whether you're having a conversation with your parent or a friend, the first C in clear stands for check yourself, center yourself. What do you think that means? What do you think it means? Talk to me. I'll wait. Yeah. What does it mean when we want to see things more clear? What does it mean to check your feelings, check yourself, and center yourself when you're in the mix of a situation? What does that mean?
What'd you say?
Okay, can you repeat it? So what does it mean to check and center yourself? What does that mean in the example of when you want to think clear? Right, talk to me.
I think it means to think before you speak.
I like that. It means think before you speak, right? But in order to do that, the first thing that I do, like for example, right? I'm here now and I'm having conversations and I'm asking you all questions. Some people may seem distracted. The first thing that I could think is, man, they don't respect me or they trying to be disrespectful, right? But then I have to center myself first. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna start to evaluate, get information. Then I'm gonna empathize. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empathize. What does it mean to empathize? Empathize means I'm gonna put myself in your shoes. So before I judge you, say it again? No, you said something? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make sure I put myself in your shoes. Before I judge you and assume you said something crazy, I'm gonna check in and empathize to see what you're really talking about. Last but not least, the R. I respond with intention. Any way that I respond to you all is gonna be intentional and deliberate. So that's in any situation. We also talked about the 3 patterns, which we're going to talk about shortly, as well as the 4 classes of decision making. Let me skip through this. I'm going to pass this real quick. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to skip some of the information because we're already a little bit late. So this is the video. I'll wait. Now, I want us to be real clear. As we're going through this presentation today, I can either talk at you, or we can have a conversation and a dialogue in a mature way, right? So as we're having this conversation, I'm going to play the video. And as you're watching it, I want you to look what happens when you don't pause. And I want you to see what different decisions were made and how this could end up different. I'm going to play it.
If you have teenagers in the house right now, invite them to join you for this next story. It's time for an important conversation.
The Insurance Institute of Highway Safety says the leading cause of death in teenagers is not homicides, not suicides, but car wrecks. Of those teens, 2 in 3 are boys.
WFMY News 2's Megan Maleris met an Alamance County family sharing their son's story. It's a lesson in decision making and a testament to faith.
Alamance 911. Hi, no, Camp Road. There's a car accident. Okay. Are you involved? No. And there's a person that got thrown from the car.
The highway of life has countless on-ramps. One wrong choice can reroute a path with no U-turn.
Chandler was always a really sweet, loving, just always wanted to cuddle with you kid.
Tara Wood's son Chandler was a joyful child.
Just loved being outdoors. Never got into playing video games. Yeah, he was always such a good kid. Such a good kid.
Until middle school brought roadblocks. Grandma Teresa recalls how the family struggled to keep Chandler on track.
Tara tried really hard, but seemed like the harder she tried sometimes, the harder he rebelled. Around about 8th grade, started getting into a lot of trouble at school. I felt like I was constantly being called to go to the school for something.
When high school rolled around, he veered entirely off course.
He started experimenting with drinking and smoking marijuana, which ultimately led to cocaine and pills.
At 16, he dropped out and had trouble keeping a job. At 19, his reckless streak gained speed. And last December, he got behind the wheel on this curvy road in Snow Camp, drunk.
Not moving. Okay. He's breathing down.
At 100 miles per hour, unafraid and unbuckled, Chandler had ejected 50 feet into a tree, entangled in vines and caught in the crossroads of impulse where too many other teens have traveled.
Most of the structures of the brain are fully formed by the teenage years.
Cone Health pediatric neurologist Stephanie Wolf blames biology on behavioral tendencies.
But the piece that really isn't formed even until the mid-20s is the frontal lobe. It's responsible for executive decision-making, attention, and reasoning. And so that is why it makes perfect sense that our teenagers don't always have those skills until their mid-20s.
Life is all about how you recover from these missteps.
Mount Zion youth pastor Joe Frierson has coached hundreds of at-risk teenagers.
We try to encourage them to kind of just take a pause, think and breathe through every decision.
He believes willpower can win with God.
I can't tell you the number of youth that we've counseled and sat with in mentoring situations where they believe everything that they have right now is all that there is to be. And so it is faith, when faith is in search, you can say, no, you can still dream, you can still envision, you can still reach.
In turn, someone might just reach back.
He is breathing. Oh my God, he's breathing. They're coming, buddy. I don't know if you can hear me, but they're coming.
Until now, Chandler's family didn't know who reached for his hand that night.
What do you make of that conversation?
Just thankful somebody was there with him. I truly believe in angels. I always have.
A reason Chandler survived. After 6 months in the hospital with a traumatic brain injury and lacerated liver, his scars bear the proof of poor choices he has trouble remembering. But his pain brought purpose.
1, 2, 3. Good job, Chandler.
I truly feel like God is using him to help others and teach others.
Because it so easily could have been a different outcome.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it should have been, really. And Chandler will tell you that he's a miracle.
Because in the highway of life, second chances steer us back to the on-ramp in a new direction. The key is letting wisdom and love light the way.
Not possible.
In Alamance County, Megan Maleris, WFMY News 2.
All right, so I know you all are critical thinkers. I know you all, as you were watching the video, I saw a lot of different reactions. I saw some of you all were looking somewhat sad, somewhat disappointed. Some of you all were cracking up and laughing, right? So before we have this conversation, let me say this. You all are 8th graders now. You're about to transition into 8th grade. So my expectation is that we can have a mature conversation. If for any reason, if for any reason you don't think that you're able to have a mature conversation, you can raise your hand and you can sit back with one of the teachers, or they can escort you out so that we can have a good conversation, right? Because I don't want to force anyone to be able to have a mature conversation, even though you are at the age where we should be able to have it. So if you're able to have it, we're about to have it. And if you're not, and if you can't, no judgment on my part, but you can simply raise your hand, and then you can sit with one of the teachers, or they can escort you out. So my assumption is, since no one raised their hand, we're able to have a mature conversation. Can we do a yes or yes? Can we do a yes or yes? Cool. So, as we were watching the video, what were some of the thoughts that were coming to your mind? Talk to me. When you were watching the video, you saw what happened. Right here, talk to me. Your hand was up? Talk to me. What were you thinking when you were watching the video? You were thinking, why was he drinking and driving? I think that's an important conversation. What else? What were some of the other things we were thinking about? Talk to me.
I was wondering, why was he taking, smoking marijuana and drinking? But the real thing, he was driving 100 miles per hour on the road.
Okay, so you were wondering why was he driving 100 miles per hour on the road? I think that's a good question. Any other thoughts that you were thinking? What else? What did you think as you were watching it? You were thinking about the second chance that he had. I love that right here. He went up 50 feet in a tree. That's big right here. You were thinking that he got, okay, no. That's fair though. So she was thinking, check it out. So we're going to revisit that because the fact that you said it, on some level, I'm a mathematician. I believe in science, right? But his actions created his results. Your hand was up? Talk to me. She was thinking that he ruined his life even before he got to experience it. So I have a question for you all. Let me go back. My question for you all was this. So if we were watching the video prior to 8th grade, because you all are in 8th grade right now, prior to 8th grade, walk to me, talk with me. Describe what his life was like prior to 8th grade.
I think his life was better before he started smoking in 8th grade.
Okay, so his life was better before he started smoking right here. What was happening?
Still getting in trouble.
You say he was based on the evidence in the video? You were saying that?
They said he was bad in 8th grade.
Oh, I said before 8th grade.
Oh, he probably was a cupcake.
Oh, he said he probably was a cupcake. Hold on, now, I like to have that conversation though, because I love when you say he was probably a cupcake, what does that mean? He's probably a cupcake.
Like sweet and like nice and stuff and like just stay out of trouble.
Okay, so just for clarification, when you're nice and you stay out of trouble, that means you're a cupcake?
No.
Who agrees with that? Like, if you don't get in trouble, then you're a cupcake. Is that what we? Okay, I just wanted to see where our mindsets were. So prior to 8th grade, we all agree that he didn't get in trouble. He got good grades based on what the video said, right? So my next question is, we obviously know he had a new identity starting in 8th grade. Where do you think that new identity came from? Who or what shaped the new way in which he saw himself? And I'm asking because we're all in 8th grade right now, so you all would have some insight. Before that, he was a good student. He had a new identity. What was it? And who or what shaped it? Right here. Then we'll go to you.
I feel like it was probably
The people he was hanging around. Okay, I hear that often right here. Then we'll go back to you. Right.
Could have been people like influencing him on social media, like his friends and family and stuff.
People influencing him on social media. You want to go? His environment right here. Online right here. Could you talk a little bit more about that if you could? People bullying him. What do you mean when you say people bullying him? Hello? So he was saying some people were bullying him, could have been beating him up in the bathroom. So he probably felt like the way that he could stop that from happening was to switch to the other side and become like them? Doing drugs. Okay, so that could influence why he was doing drugs. Anybody else? What influenced it? What influenced who he became? Now, my question for you all is, I want to go a little bit deeper, right? Because sometimes we say his friends influenced him or his environment. What does that look like in real time? How does that happen in real time? You all are scholars. Does it look like, oh, I see a video, I'm going to be just like them? Walk me through what does it look like and how is one actually influenced by the people around them? And try to give me some examples if you can. Right here, then. We go ahead, then. Go ahead. Right here. Go ahead.
Maybe it looked cool to him, so he just started doing it.
It looked cool to him. Okay, right here. Peer pressure. So, peer pressure, what is it? Can you give me an example of what that looks like in real time? Forcing him. Can someone give me an example of it? Because we talk about these things abstractly, but I want to know what does it look like as an 8th grader to be peer pressured or influenced to do something negative. Right here, then we're gonna go here. Right here.
So basically, say if he was like smoking or drinking directly in front of me, and he tried to pass it to you, and he keep, man, just do it, man, just do it, man, just do it.
Okay. So it could be somebody doing something in front of you and they keep saying, man, do it more, do it more, do it more. And eventually you buckle to it. Okay, that's true. I got you. Any other examples? Right here?
I feel like can't nobody peer pressure you to do nothing because like, if you know it's wrong, why would you do it?
So you feel like somebody can know something, as long as you know something is wrong, then you don't do it. Let me ask this question. Raise your hand, real talk, raise your hand if you ever known something was wrong and you did it anyway. All right, so we know that ain't the case, right? So I want to connect this back to, we talked about the human needs before. Why do we, I'll wait. Right here, talk to me. No, I was going to connect it back. So everybody raised their hand when I said, did anybody ever do something that they knew was wrong? And everyone raised their hand. And I like to connect it back to the human needs. Sometimes one of the human needs is to get attention. That's a need. And there's nothing wrong with that need. The only question is, what am I going to choose to do in order to get that attention? Some people need attention so much that they'll crack jokes in the middle of a presentation. Or they'll make little faces to their friends from across the room. Y'all ever see that happening? Y'all see that happen in real time, right? So we got to ask ourselves, and we know it's wrong, so why do people do it? They're either doing it for attention, or they could be doing it because they're bored, right? There's a lot of reasons why we do things that are absolutely wrong. And I think we have to start evaluating and saying, man, I'm doing something wrong. What need am I trying to meet while I'm doing it? And is there a better way for me to meet it, right? So my next question is, his mother tried to stop him. Y'all agree with that? Yeah. His grandmother tried to stop him. Why do you think he didn't listen? What voice was stronger than hers? Right here, we're gonna go here. The addiction. Okay, okay, could be the, talk to him, right here, hands up.
Probably because when you say like drugs, it's hard, it's easy to get off of them.
Okay.
On them, then off of them. So like, you probably needed them.
Okay.
And his friends was probably like, man, ain't nothing gonna happen and stuff. So he probably just keep on taking them.
So he probably assumed, I like that. I like the fact you brought that up because those assumptions in the language patterns we talked about, sometimes we make assumptions that could be dangerous for us. Raise your hand if you know somebody or know of somebody who did drugs and it turned out bad for them.
No.
Bad for them meaning they're addicted or their life not successful, whatever it is. Okay, most of us in the room. So a lot of times we end up doing things and we're making the assumption that it's not going to impact us the same way. I want us to put a note and think about that because we're going to dive into that conversation later. We'll skip that for now. My question for you all is, what did those compounded decisions? He made a lot of different decisions that end up leading to the road that he went down. What did it cost him that he can't easily get back?
He lost most of his memories.
He lost most of his memories, okay. What else? What else did he lose that he can't get back? Right here. The ability to walk, right here. He lost his car, gotcha. He can't speak right, because I saw when he was speaking, some of y'all laughed at him when he started talking. Right? That's true, right here. Talk. His arms was all curled up, right? So my question for you all is this. The impact of his decisions. Do you think if he thought in advance, me driving this car drunk at 100 miles an hour, do you think if he really thought about the impact of it, that might have changed his decisions? Yeah. It might have, right? So we agree that when you don't think about, right here, talk to me.
How was he going to think about it?
No. So, no, that's a good question. Hold on, listen. That's a good question. So his question was, how is he going to think about it when he's drunk? Well, before he gets drunk, or you can start to decide things. I said, I'm an adult. I'm a grown adult, right? So as a grown adult, sometimes I drink alcohol because I can and it's legal, right? So for me, the one thing that I never want to get is called a DUI. Y'all know what the DUI is, right? Yeah. Driving under the influence. When you get those are very expensive. It can either cost somebody their life or it can cost you a whole lot of money, at minimum $15,000 in lawyer fees, because I know people who got it. So me, being the adult that I am, I never want to put myself in a position to have to pay $15,000 in lawyer fees and have a DUI on my record. So for me, in advance, I say, A, I'm going to monitor how much I drink. And if I ever drink more than I anticipated, what I'm not going to do is get behind the car. Because most people who get in accidents, they don't think they're going to get in an accident when they get in the car, right? So for me, I slow down and I think in advance. That's the way that you can do it. Yeah, right. No, you're right. That was me. So the question was, how could he have avoided it in advance? Yeah, that's the question. How could he have avoided that? Now, I'm glad you clarified that, right? So the thing that it cost him, let me see. He didn't lose his life, but he did lose his positioning. You all are in 8th grade right now. You're about to go to high school. Some of you right now have to go to the only high school that accepted you. I don't know who that is in the room. So some of you all, based upon what you did over the course of your grammar school, elementary school, 7th and 8th grade, some of you all are limited in the high schools that you all could go to. So that's something you all can't get back for now. But you all are about to be freshmen in high school. So that's starting all over again. What you do over the course of those next 4 years is going to determine what type of colleges you can go to. All right. So once again, it is important to know the decisions you make can cost you something. Now, I want us to watch this video. We're going to watch this video. You know what it is, right? So we're going to watch it. So as you watch it, I'll wait. So we're going to watch it. I want us to be critical thinkers. We're going to ask some questions about it. Let's go.
I'm Liz Marino live in Hyde Park, where residents are demanding accountability following a teen takeover late last night where several vehicles were damaged. Take a look at this video that was shared by one resident. Crowds can be seen of teenagers flooding the streets in Hyde Park late last night. Portable police and city leaders have described as a growing trend of so-called teen takeovers.
You can look here if you want to.
Organized on social media have been popping up across Chicago, many times leading to fines, property damage, and police presence. In this case, witnesses describe a group of about 500 teens moving through the neighborhood, creating a chaotic and tense environment. One resident we spoke to says his vehicle was damaged. He wants to know where these kids' parents are and why they allow them to continue to do these reckless acts of violence.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Hold on. I will say this. It is, whatever's funny, it is difficult to hear the language of what's being said. So I know some of it can look funny, but I think it is important that we get to watch it. I know y'all able to hold it in. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm Liz Marino live in Hyde Park, where residents are demanding accountability following a teen takeover late last night where several vehicles were damaged. Take a look at this video that was shared by one resident. Crowds can be seen of teenagers flooding the streets in Hyde Park late last night. Portable police and city leaders have described as a growing trend of so-called teen takeovers. These gatherings, often organized on social media, have been popping up across Chicago, many times leading to fights, property damage, and police presence. In this case, witnesses describe a group of about 500 teens moving through the neighborhood, creating a chaotic and tense environment. One resident we spoke to says his vehicle was damaged. He wants to know where these kids' parents are and why they allow them to continue to do these reckless acts of violence.
Yeah, it's really bad. The hood is completely messed up. It's terrible. I'd say like $1,000 worth of damage probably. I have dents everywhere, footprints everywhere. Your kid should not be out here. When I was a kid, I wouldn't even think to do stuff like this. I'm just being honest, I wouldn't. But I had parents who guided me. They guided my decisions and what I did. And these parents, they just let them run rampant. So I don't know if I have a message.
The Chicago police say 3 teen curfew violations were issued and a 16-year-old girl was issued a citation, if you recall, last week. There was also a teen takeover in downtown where 8 teens were arrested. Residents here worry that these so-called teen takeovers are happening more often and becoming more violent each time. We're live here in Hyde Park. Les Marino, Fox, Chicago.
All right, so my question for you all, as you were watching it, talk to me. And you maybe can give me some insight as well. I've been having these conversations with a lot of young people like yourselves. Walk me through it. How does this happen in the first place? How does a teen takeover or trend happen? Right here. No, I think you got it. Talk to me. How does it happen? Hold on. So online, they tell people to come to a spot, right? Okay, so you say they make a flyer and they say teen takeover. Who makes the flyer right here? Is that your question?
They put it on all platforms, tell their friends, and their friends tell other people.
Okay, so they put it on all platforms. The reason why I asked too, because I'm interested in knowing for you all, what is it about the people or the group that makes them able to put up a flyer and get that sort of traction? Why is it that so many people show up right here? Okay, so they usually have a lot of followers already. What gets them a lot of followers? Why do they already have a lot of followers? Shout out for shout outs. Okay, gotcha. So we kind of know how it happens. They make a post. I'm already on social media, but I know. I'm just asking y'all questions. So they make a flyer. They have a lot of followers. That flyer gets passed around. So when people show up, I always just ask this question: what needs were these students trying to meet? Even if we don't look at it from exactly the 6 human needs, but let me ask this question. Raise your hand if you saw a flyer, if you'd go. Be honest. I want to be honest. Raise your hand if you'd go to a teen takeover. Let's be honest. Okay? You was at both of them. Got you. So most of the people's hands are up. So my question for you all is this. So what needs are you trying to meet when you go? Why are you going? Like some of the needs can be, I want to be connected with my friends, have fun. What else? Why else do you go? You like being outside? That means you, because sometimes they can be bored. So you try to enjoy life.
And you can only be teenagers once.
You're going to be what?
You only can be teenagers once.
You can only be teenagers once, so you want to experience as much as you can. So you're going for an experience. Anybody else? Anything new? What else? Where else do we go? Okay, so you say some people go to fight. Okay, so this is the big question. And this is an honest question for you all. Raise your hand. What? When you go to a teen takeover or a trend, raise your hand if you already know more than likely some type of fight or something is going to probably kick off. That's okay. So, all right. So, okay. So I just want to make sure I knew what time it was. So, the next question is, I'll wait. The next question is, what assumptions, what exaggerations, or what omissions were running through the group before it went wrong? Because you all went, right? So in my mind, there's certain assumptions that we make that allow us to go. Let me give you an example of one assumption I think you all make. Just to clarify it again, raise your hand if you go to a teen takeover. Raise your hand if you go. If you would go to a teen takeover. For sure, gotcha. Hands down. Now, raise your hand if you already know more than likely some type of violence is more than likely to kick off. Raise your hand. All right, so my question for you all is this. What's your name again? Amani. So Amani, you go into the teen takeover. You know more than likely there's going to be some violence. What makes you go? What assumption do you have to be making that even allows you to go? Okay, one assumption is when I go, I'm going to make some friends. What else? There's another assumption. I want to see if y'all connected though. The assumption is I'm going to have fun. You know what she didn't include? She didn't include there's an opportunity probably that something can get kicked off and I can get hurt or one of my friends. So the assumption is, right, look, check it out though. The assumption is I can show up knowing that there's going to be some type of violence happening. Some's probably going to kick off, somebody may have a gun, but more than likely I get to see the excitement and the excitement is not going to touch me. Raise your hand. Is that true? Is that true? That's true, right? That's true, right? So there's an assumption that we make that I'm going to go, I'm going to get to see my excitement. Violence may kick off, but it ain't going to get to me and mine. That's true, right? Yes. That's a fact, right? So I just want to see often, listen up. The reason why I'm not saying this to try to make you all make any decisions, but I do think it's important for us to say, and I'd be able to identify and say, what am I assuming? What am I exaggerating? I'm gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be so lit. I gotta go. Like, there's a lot of assumptions that we make that allow us to go. There might be another teen takeover, right? And you may go, but I just want you to at least be aware. My next question is, how many people do you think stop to think about the impact on others? Do y'all think they stopped and thought about the impact? They don't care. So let me ask you this question. Because this in real time, as I was playing the video, when they was jumping on the cars, I saw a lot of y'all cracking up, surfing on the cars, right? So I want to slow this play down. What's your name again, brother? What's your name again? Cameron, talk to me. So, Cameron, let's say you live in Hyde Park, Cameron. You live in Hyde Park. And there's a teen takeover in your area. And what type, your mother, I'm sure your mother drives a car? Your mother got a car? So you come out and there's dents all on your mother's car. Walk me through, Cameron. No, that's not to laugh about. Cameron, walk me through what you think is the next step for your mom. Walk me through it. What do you think is the next step?
Oh my God, the roof.
Yeah? All right. Oh my God, the roof. And then what else?
Then you really like, they ain't gonna get caught.
So now you know they ain't gonna get caught. And you're probably salty. Your mom's probably salty about it. How do you feel about it? Your mama's car stepped on. What are your thoughts?
I'm like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's bogus. What else?
They need to come pay for this.
They should pay for it, but you don't know who it is. They can't pay for it. So now, what is your next step for your mom, Cameron? Hold on, I'm gonna see. Cameron, what do you think is the next step for your mom?
You gotta go find them.
Okay, so you try to find them. So let's say somehow you get a video, you find them. Now what happens? What happens? They don't want to pay. What happens? Okay, you tell on them. Okay, cool. You tell on them. Your mom's car still messed up. What do you think it's gonna cost your mom to get the car fixed?
Because you suing them. So you
Cool, gotcha. So I want you to look at. I want you all to look at all of the assumptions that are made. There's an assumption that I'm probably gonna find the person who did it, which is highly unlikely, right? Highly unlikely. So it's more likely that Cameron and his mom, your mom, is gonna have to pay for it, right? Now, real talk, Cameron. Let's just say if you lived in Hyde Park and we was in this room right now and you saw your car, one of the cars that got stepped on, smashed up, you experienced the impact of your mom, would you be one of the ones laughing right now? Be honest. If it was your mom's car, you was there. You were there, you experienced it. Would you be one of the ones laughing? I want to keep it real.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, like.
Okay.
It's goofy.
Okay, so Cameron might be laughing. Raise your hand if, hold on, raise your hand if it was your mother's car, you saw it on there, you was there. Raise your hand if watching the video you'd be laughing at your mother's car getting smashed up. Okay, so there's a few people in here, but the majority in here wouldn't do it. Because I think when you think about the impact on somebody else, that might make you think different decisions. So when I think about, my question for you all is, what do you think shifted? Talk to me in the back.
I have a question.
Talk to me.
Let one of these gym shoes get stolen.
I love that.
Because the same value you put on your gym shoes is the same value adults put on their cars. And you can replace your gym shoes for $200. The parents have their windshields and all the rest of that has been smashed from some fool running across their car.
The minimum.
$1,000 is what they pay just off Jump's car. So that means that it eats into whatever she was going to do for you with that money is now gone.
I love the feedback on that because and what I want you all to have more thoughts about is around the impact on other people. And I'm glad you brought up that as a great example because I'm a sneakerhead myself. And when I go to places, I be trying to make sure nobody step on my shoes, right? And I notice the students do the same thing. So I love the fact that you brought something that they can connect to. Often the damage that we do, we don't particularly think about the impact that it's going to have. That community had a lot of cars that were impacted. So a lot of families lost $500 to $1,000. And the only thing that the students got out of it was a laugh. Right here.
What was they running from?
Well, the reality of, so let's walk through it real quick. So, how do you all think it happened? How do you think it started from a gathering of people just wanting to kick it? Because you all would know better than I would, right? How do you think it happens where there ended up being a bunch of people running and jumping on cars? Right here.
Somebody probably was fighting and they put a gun on.
Okay, you think, well, I can tell you that's not what happened. It wasn't based on a gun, right here. The police came, got it. The police came, okay, right here.
Somebody probably called the cops.
Somebody called, so now let's look at it. Someone calls the police, because those people look like they were laughing and having fun. Y'all agree with that? They were running and jumping on cars, they was laughing. So the police comes, what happens next that has a bunch of people walking on cars? Walk me through it, let's slow down the play all the way. Let's slow it all the way down. What's the first thing that happens? Right here.
One person did it, not happened again.
One person did it and nothing happened. Well, even if we say nothing happened, I want to slow it down even more. I jump on top of the car. I'm at, right here.
You ain't even bring up the part why the police coming.
Why are the police coming?
Because they be shooting, fighting,
Okay.
beating people out their cars.
So the police are there. So the police are coming. Let's slow it all the way down. So the police are coming now. They don't want 5, 6, 7, 800 teens running around. One person jumps on the car. Cameron said he jumped on the car and nothing happened, right? But I would say that something did happen. I would say that what happened was that person is now getting attention. They look like they doing the cool thing. And what happens when that person look like they getting the shine? What happens next? The next person want to do the same thing. And now there's 20, 30, 40 people running across car to car to car to car to car, damaging 40 to 50, 60, 70, 80 cars out there, right? So the question is, what shifted? What shifted was, I call it, you ever heard monkey see, monkey do? One person did something. Now, let me ask this question. If you all were out there, the people who said they would go, if they saw the one person doing it, would you all have jumped? Raise your hand if you would have jumped on the car too. Okay. So y'all probably would have jumped on it too. What would have made you jump on the car too? Yeah, you. What would have made you do it? Honestly.
I don't know. Just because I saw somebody do it.
So, what's your name? Aaliyah. I appreciate your honesty, Aaliyah. So Aaliyah would have jumped on the car and did it as well. You seem like a nice young lady. Would your parent be approving of that type of behavior? If you thought about it, if you knew in advance what it will cost somebody when they came out there, it's going to cost them $500 to $1,000 of money that they probably didn't have. If you thought about it in advance, would you do it?
Yeah.
You probably would still do it? I think this is important for us to know. So what would you be getting out of it?
Just me having fun.
Okay. So this right here, this is important though. She said that she'd just be having fun. Raise your hand if you like having fun. I like having fun too, right? So the question is, do you think there's a way for you to have fun in the same environment without negatively impacting you or somebody else? Because this is the thing, Aaliyah, you got on the New Balances, right? I like your shoes. I should take them. You see what I'm saying? No. I want us to look at this though. Because I could say, I like your shoes, and because I want them, I should take them from you, and I'm bigger than you, right? Now there's the question. Would it be right for me to do that just because I can? It wouldn't be right? Now, it wouldn't be right, but some people have that mentality. And the only way that I could do that is if I'm not thinking about the impact on Aaliyah, right? I think sometimes we have to think about the impact on other people, because when things happen to us, or Aaliyah, if that happened to your mother's car and she wasn't able to get your hair done, she wasn't able to, because she had to take all that money, how upset would you be at the people that did that to your mother's car? Honestly. Would you be salty? Yeah. So I think that we have to start, I love your honesty, and Aaliyah, I would like for us to start thinking about the impact on what we do on other people. Because sometimes things start to happen in our lives, and this is a real conversation. Sometimes things start to happen in our lives, and we don't know where it came from. But I'll tell you this, when we put negative energy out there and we treat other people negatively, that person may not come back and do anything. But I can tell you this from experience, that energy comes back to us somewhere. We end up getting disrespected, beat up, talked about. Something happens to our parents, something happens to our household, family, and we're thinking, why did this happen to me? But we don't think about all the things that we've done to somebody else. So I want you guys thinking about the impact of our behavior. Now, for the sake of time, I'm gonna skip this. Because I think a lot of times we think, like a lot of us in here, and I appreciate Aaliyah's honesty, some of our other honesty in here, we think, well, if I go to a trend, I wouldn't be the one doing the negative thing. I wouldn't follow everybody else. But trends just don't happen in Chicago and Hyde Park or downtown or in Orland. Trends happen every single day. Let me give you an example of a trend, right, that a lot of us in here follow. I walk into a class, I'm the substitute teacher. What happens? Talk to me, what happens? People laugh. What else happens?
You get stuff thrown at you.
I get stuff thrown at me, right? I'm the substitute teacher. Now, I think that most of the people in here, for the most part, are good-hearted people. I don't think you all are deliberately trying to be hurtful and harmful to a sub. I think y'all are just having fun. And y'all like the freedom of not having your teacher there. Is that true? Yeah. Right? You a little bit, man, you feel relief. But I want to ask you all this. I'm the sub. What do you all think? I'm a grown adult and a young person is throwing something at me. I'm calling names out on the sheet. People are faking like they got the different names, right? People are switching seats. They're laughing at me. What do you think is the impact? I'm a grown adult and I'm here to try to pay my bills. What do y'all think is the impact on me when that happens? Talk to me. What do y'all think? What do you think is the impact on the actual sub right here?
All right, so if I were you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't care as long as I got paid.
Got you, cool. Let's sit there. Because I think that's an assumption. We talked about assumptions. Now, what's your name? Joshua. Let's say that your mom is the sub for the day. Your mother is the sub for the day. And she's using that money to pay for you all's living situation, your house, right? And her car and your clothes and all the good things that she do for you, right? So now she's there. She's getting talked about. She's getting clowned. Your mother. They start making jokes. What do you do? What do you do? It's your mom. How do you feel, first of all, Joshua? Real talk. People gonna talk, cool, but what is the impact on you when that happens? Your mother in front of the class, somebody throwing paper at her, they're cracking jokes at her. How do you feel? Huh? You gonna tell them to chill? Why would you tell them to chill? That's your mother, but what is the impact on her? Because if it ain't got no impact, then why are you worried about if it's your mom? What is the impact on your mother? She don't care about little kids. Gotcha. So she's in front of the classroom, getting stuff thrown at her. People's talking about her. A teacher walks by. What do you think is the perception of your mother when the teachers are looking in the classroom and they're seeing everyone throwing papers and talking about her? And she's getting paid based upon her ability to manage the class. What do you think is the impact on your mother? Talk to me, somebody. Someone. What do you think is the impact on their mother? On Josh's mother, right here. Could get fired. Could be asked not to come back anymore. Talk to me. Embarrassed. Why would she be embarrassed? Because it's kids throwing paper at her. What else? What else is the impact? Teachers walk by. What else? What is some other impact right here?
She would probably be embarrassed because she can't control the class.
Because she can't control the class. Now, right here. Her money going down. Right here.
She may think she won't be invited back.
She may think she won't be invited back, right? She may decide I never want to be a teacher again, right? Right here.
She might cry.
She might cry, right? There's a lot of things that, so let me ask you this. If you are, and I've seen it, so I want us to be real. If I set you all, one of you all up here right now and set you all in the middle, and I said, yo, I want you all to talk about yourself, and everybody in here start cracking jokes about you, go ahead, talk to me. Sure.
We can't get them to stand up and speak sometimes.
Because
they know how they treat other people.
Is that?
It took a lot out of us for them to speak and tell their parents why they chose them to commend them Tuesday night.
Is that true, y'all? Now, hold on. That's true. Now, well, if it's not true, look, if you can hear me clap once, if you can hear me clap once, if you can hear me clap twice. Now, let's take it back here. I'm standing up here again. Imagine yourself up here. And I want us to be honest. If you all were talking, or if I told you all to read, and I could do it now, I could put something on the board and let somebody read it. And if, as you started reading, other people started cracking jokes about you, throwing things at you, raise your hand if it'll bother you.
Good afternoon, Wildcats, students, and
everybody, right?
As we prepare for this ribbon today at 2:45, please listen carefully to these important statements.
I know we got to go, so
Students, we need you to walk. Don't run as you head to your dismissal location. Follow directions from all the teachers and staff members. Bus riders, you're going to be dismissed at door 1. Walkers, you're going to be dismissed at door 9. Car riders will be dismissed at door 15. Car riders, please wait patiently for your name to be called before you leave that area. If you are walking home, you need to head straight home. Do not make any detours. Be respectful and alert in the community. Use sidewalks and crosswalks, and please listen to your crossing guards. Watch for traffic and walk with purpose. You're representing your family in JWLA every step of the way. As we wrap up today, let's finish the Wildcat way. Be respectful, be responsible, be safe, and be kind. Have an amazing day, and we will see you all tomorrow. Mike, it's going to be Friday.
Cool. I'm going to end this, but I just want
Have a wonderful evening.
But I just want this to be known this way, right? The reason why we've been having these conversations throughout the year so far, you're all about to go into high school. We talked about the concept of the thermometer versus the thermostat, being able to control your environment, right? I want you all to start really thinking about the impact you have on other people, as well as the impact that things have on you, your decisions. Some decisions you make are going to be very difficult to take back because they're going to have a huge impact. That could be the impact on teachers, staff, friends, so on and so forth. You all are in 8th grade right now. Y'all at the top of the pile. You're the leaders in the school. Next year, it's going to be a bit different. You're going to be freshmen. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you all to be negatively influenced, for somebody to peer pressure you into something, for you to feel like, well, if I don't do this like them, then I'm not going to be cool. If I don't crack jokes and talk about this person, then they may look at me funny. There's going to be so many opportunities for you all to act like a thermostat or a thermometer. So I want you all to be a lot more mindful of just knowing. I want you all to stand up for me real quick, just to make this quick pledge and we'll be done. Right, stand up for me. As you all transition from 8th grade to freshman year in high school, repeat after me. When emotions rise, I will pause, I will think, I will choose, I will lead myself first. You all control your own mindsets, operate like thermostats and not thermometers. I look forward to seeing you all in graduation. Peace. More likely, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
Can I hold a 5?
Can you hold a 5? We need a 5.
No, like $5 bills.
Why you gonna hold? You gonna hold it and get right back?
No, I don't take it.
So that's not holding it. That's asking for 5. Okay, thanks. I feel like you were pretty engaged today. You can hold on to it.
Hold this.
Yeah, hold it. I guess we'll do it right here.
What? And stop the noise.
They can't.
Oh, okay.
As long as you put that there, they can't.
As long as I put this in here, okay.
Yes.